So if y'all ever been out on the trail on your ATV that has a winch and you get stuck, you're glad you have a winch, but yet you only have this button to operate it, right? You have the free spool, especially with the CFMOTO, but you still have to have somebody back here operating, right? And wouldn't it be nice if you had a Bluetooth remote controller for your winch? Well, we have those in our side-by-sides, right? We have them in the ZFORCE, UFORCE, all that good stuff. But now, Main Street Cycle is offering you an option for a Bluetooth controller for your winch on your CFMOTO ATV. So we're going to show you how to install that. It's going to be really nice to have. And whenever, especially if you're by yourself or you're needing to hook up to something and you're the one running the winch cable out, out to a tree or whatever, and trying to pull yourself, you ain't got to walk back to the machine and use this. You can just pull your remote out and operate your winch. So yeah, that's going to be nice. If you want this Bluetooth controller for your winch, well, all you got to do is go down to the description of this video. There's a link so that you can buy it right off of mainstreetcycle.com. You can follow this instructional video. Joel's going to show us how to install it, and you'll be good to go. So, Joel, let's install this thing. So for this video illustration, we're using a CFMOTO CFORCE 800XC, and we're going to wire into the solenoid the receiver for the Bluetooth controller. And right now, Joel is just removing the seat, removing this cover here. I'll let you see how to do that. And this would be the same procedure for a CFORCE 1000. So now he's using a 10mm socket. Just took these little bolts out here on each side. Remove the front hood cover. Now he's going to apply pressure back and then lift up out. That just pops those grommets out there and there. Now he's just unplugging the dash.
Key switch.
Just to give us some good working room. Because on the 800, the solenoid for the winch is right here. So now that we have our cover off, we have our access, we've pulled up our plug that goes directly to the solenoid from the switch, right? So we have to put our Bluetooth module and wire it into there. And we also have to have a place to mount our Bluetooth module. So this right here, this particular step, completely up to you. You can find a place and secure it with a zip tie, however you want to do it. But we're going to take some screws and we're going to screw into this plastic right here on the CFORCE 800. It's going to be perfect to allow us to take our wires directly where we need them to be. So we've just got some little screws here. I'm just going to screw it into the plastic. And you ain't got to bear down on it, but we got it there. And here, it's just going to work out nicely for us. Booyah. Now, we've got our wires here. We got plenty of length that we can do what we need to do with them. All right, now we're just taking and accessing our winch here on the solenoid. And we're loosening up our positive and negative power to the solenoid because that's where we have to access our power for our Bluetooth module. Of course, just do black on black. We'll put the red cable with the red cable. Pretty easy. So hooked up this red cable and we're just going to simply tighten that down. So now that we got that tight and we've put our cover back on, now we have to wire in the actual control wires. So this is where, you gotta have a little bit of splicing ability here.
And do it on the winch solenoid side so you ain't actually doing it on your harness.
Yes, absolutely. That way if you make a mistake, you can leave yourself room for error here. This step here, you may have a way that you would rather do this, but we're just simply going to strip the wire back, expose some bare wire, and then we're going to solder in our control wire. Hey, and while we're at this, if you're a CFORCE 800 or 1000 owner, this is your air intake for your engine actually, and that's not sealed from the factory. okay? It's just there to take in air, right? And a lot of air restriction here in the way that this is set up. That's why you may want to go to mainstreetcycle.com and get the 800 or 1000 cold air intake system, and it replaces all this and lets a lot more airflow in, and you can seal it better. So anyways, just a little plug. Now let's get to the real plug.
Cut these ends off.
Okay, yeah, so this comes from us with these plugs. You can strip these back. I won't need those.
If you want to put ends on the wires put on here.
That's right, that's right. They're there in case you want to do some kind of setup where you get bullet connectors and where you can plug this in, or you can just direct wire it like we're doing here. So get creative however you want to on this step.
Now the yellow wire is going to go to the green one.
All right, yellow to green. And this is just for our in and out control. So yellow is going to go to green. It'll all look pretty once we solder it, trust me. Them doors are so loud. It's real windy and stormy today, so we're gonna hear that noise all day. Here on this step, we just got our solder here and a little mini blowtorch. And you can, of course, obviously use a soldering iron for this step if you have one. But these little blowtorches here are pretty easy to get. I've even seen them at like Dollar General and stuff. So just put you plenty of solder there, get you a good connection. You can use heat shrink or electrical tape and cover these wires up. You want to definitely make sure you cover them up good, and that way it doesn't short out or touch anything else. Joel taped up and protected each wire individually, then he taped up both wires together, and that way we won't have any issues there. And now that's actually it, dude.
Yep.
That was pretty simple. Now we can turn the key on, turn the remote on by holding the on button on.
Till the light comes on.
Light will come on. Oh yeah, that's wonderful, man. And you can be all the way out and use this remote instead of having to be standing right here at the switch. Now you can still use your switch here, of course. Yeah, so there we go. We're running it in, letting off. There we go. So that is awesome, guys. You can get this at mainstreetcycle.com or go down to the description of this video and click the link. I'll have it there where it'll take you right to it. Super easy to install. It'll also work with the CFORCE 500 and 600 and all that good stuff. So follow these steps. Of course, it'll be a few different steps on the 600 or the 500, but overall you got to get to your solenoid for your winch, wire it in, and follow these same steps.
But it's the same thing once you get to it.
Yeah, once you get to it, it's just different mountain location. Solenoid may be in a different area. So now all we're going to do is tidy all this up, and we'll be done. We've got some other awesome things coming up, some other install videos, some helpful tips and tricks, some products that we're going to be showing you in another video. And of course, on the ATV with the remote, you either have to keep it stored in your box or in your pocket, one of the two. You can use that on the CFORCE 800 or 1000 or some other way. Get creative there, how you want to keep up with it. It's not a super big, bulky remote, so you can keep that in your pocket. It's less than your cell phone. I hope y'all are having a Merry Christmas, guys, and make sure that you're watching all of the YouTube shorts of the 12 Days of Christmas sale that is going on here at Main Street Cycle. If you're watching this at a later date, of course, that's over. But during December all the way up to Christmas, we got some awesome sales going on right here at mainstreetcycle.com. And for all of your CFMOTO needs, you can go right there, mainstreetcycle.com. We'd also love to meet you here if you make the trip. and come get you a unit or come get your unit serviced or accessorized. We'll fix you up. That's going to do it for this video. God bless you. As always, remember to keep it real. We'll see you in the next one.